Joining us this morning is Pastor Wayne Miller with Grace Lutheran Church in Mobile. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you, Chad.
All right, what we're talking about this morning is this past week was marking the Ascension of Jesus. Tell us about that Bible story. What is in that one?
Yes, 40 days after Easter. 40 days after Easter, part of Jesus' exaltation was the ascension to his Father. And sitting at the right hand of the Father, all of his authority was given to him. And it happened exactly 40 days after. So last Thursday that was observed. And it's a big deal. We often look at Christmas, we look at Easter, and we see those as the big Christian holidays. But really, Ascension, and in many parts of Europe, is celebrated as a secular holiday. The Ascension is a big deal in Christianity and a part of the story of our salvation.
What are the lessons you think people should take from that story?
Yeah, the Ascension is identifies Jesus as who Jesus always was. He is Lord of Lords, King of Kings, and he is our high priest. So when you'll see Jesus as the high priest, he's the advocate with the Father. He goes to heaven and advocates on our behalf. And when you look at those lessons of Christianity that he is Lord of Lords, only the ascension could happen. If there was no ascension, then there is no Lord of Lords over all of creation and over all of the churches on earth.
So he could have stayed, but why did Jesus decide to leave?
Yeah, sort of a bittersweet moment for the disciples, for all of his followers. Basically, his ministry on earth was finished. Jesus himself said from the cross, "It is finished." The work of salvation, his death on the cross, his defeat over sin, death, and Satan, and his resurrection came to be. And he accomplished all of his work here on earth, and now it was time for the Spirit to move in, time for the Spirit to grow the church and to establish believers for generations to come.
When we talk about this ascension story, one of the more paradoxical elements of it is the idea that this was a joyful time for the disciples. Why was it a joyful time as opposed to them being kind of bummed out that the guy that had been following for the last several years was going away?
Sure. It is bittersweet because you have Jesus here. He resurrected from the dead. There's all kinds of joy there. And then even in the biblical story in Acts, though, the disciples are all standing there with their mouths hanging open, looking up at the sky, wondering what is going on. And the angels had to come and explain to the disciples, this is what Jesus said. Remember, he's going to come back. But in the meantime, stay watchful. He's going to send a helper, the Holy Spirit, to come. And it is a joyful moment because Jesus being exalted into the heavens with all that authority means that he is our Lord and King.
What is the hardest part about this story for you to grapple with?
Well, it's helpful for him, I guess, or for us if he would just stay with us.
Right.
He has all the answers. He has all the power right by our side. And he still leaves that here through his word. But where was he going to be if he were to stay? Was he going to go to Rome? No. Was he going to go to Jerusalem? No. Was he going to go to Washington, D.C.? Definitely not. All these places, where would he be? The perfect place is for him to be with the Father, advocating for us on our behalf and being Lord of Lords over the entire creation as the great high priest.
All right, when we talk about what happens next, really quickly, how did the Christian ministry continue after his ascension?
Yes, I love looking at Jesus' last words. Right before he ascended into heaven, he said, "Go and make disciples. Go and make disciples. Make disciples of all nations, baptizing them, and then establishing the church with his Holy Spirit, so that you have all the fellowship of believers, learning from the apostles, breaking of bread, prayer, fellowship, but most of all, baptizing in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and establishing his supper, and that in word and sacrament, Jesus is here with us, very much so."
All right, another thing we'll talk about next week is Pentecost. That'll be a subject we'll talk about next week on Faith Time. Pastor Wayne Miller with Grace Lutheran Church in Mobile, thank you for joining us for this edition of Faith Time. And News 5 this morning will continue after the break.